Welcome to the Renaissance Man. And one of the reasons why I wanted to do this program, not only to write a column about people that are interesting to me, but also acknowledge some of the most talented people in the industry. My next guest not only got right now, he got next because he a young veteran in the game. Please welcome Algee Smith.
Come on, man. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you for the intro. Come on, you a legend to me, man. I was telling you this before we started. Come on, man.
That's love, man. I appreciate you taking our pride in the
Yeah,
building.
yeah. Saginaw to Detroit.
Yes, indeed. Who are we? Saginaw pride. All right, all right.
That's hard.
I got you. You've been acting in the game for a long time.
Yeah.
You're a young veteran, as I mentioned to you.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me the story of the moment that you first fell in love with acting.
Oh man. I feel like the moment I first fell in love with it had to be I did an audition in Atlanta for this lady named Natasha. She has a school by the name of AGI. Shout out to AGI. They're really dope. They really help you mold and what I'm saying, really get your craft together. So I did an audition for her. I'm just like an in-person one-on-one audition. And I remember I did this scene. I did the scene that Will Smith did in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air when he was talking to Uncle Phil about his father not being there. I reenacted that scene, and I remember the emotions that I tapped into, and I remember the way I felt. Because certain things about my father, what I'm saying, I didn't have the best relationship with my biological father either. So I just kind of related to it. And the moment when I did that, after I stopped and the room was just still, and everybody was just like, "Yeah, you got something." That's when I felt, all right, yeah, this form of expression feels good.
So, as I mentioned, you from Saginaw. We're both Michiganders. I
Yeah.
never met my biological father. You
Mhm.
just alluded to not necessarily having the best relationship
Right.
with my biological father.
Right.
I try to spread my word to people that look like us
Mhm.
because many of us have fractured relationships with their families.
Yep.
What advice do you have for people that may not have the best relationship with one of their parents?
I would say first of all, for me, I had to just forgive and understand that your parents are still people, man. They're still humans, so they're not gonna. You can't expect them to be perfect all the time. So I had to forgive, and then also I had to love myself and realize that there was nothing wrong with me. That my pops was just maybe going through his certain things. That doesn't mean that there's something wrong with me. You know what I'm saying? So after that, I was able to forgive him, and then I think when you can get over that, you can forgive them. Then that can just open up the door for just love, man. That's all it really is.
Absolutely. Well said. The theme of this episode is hope is not a strategy.
Let's go.
You're a
Ooh.
big fan of vision boards.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of people hope to be an actor.
Right.
What's your strategy to make your dreams a reality?
Ooh, good question, bro. Um, my strategy to make my dreams a reality would just be studying. I study what I want to do, whether it's acting, whether it's music. I just came out with a water line. So I'm studying the different things to make my dreams. And like you said, I write vision boards. You have to make sure you can see it in front of you. You have to make sure you can see it and you can say it so your mind can hear it, your body can internalize it, you can start to believe it. Once you start to believe it, it's just you got to let the universe work with you after that. But as long as you willing, I'll just do the consistent hard work. I stay consistent. I stay sharpening my craft, and I stay optimistic.
I also read that you moved from Atlanta to Los Angeles to pursue your dreams as an actor. And it was
Yeah,
a rough start. It was a rough start.
yeah, it was.
Moving to LA, that
Yeah,
should be great.
I was So the first time I actually came out to LA was with my family, and it was I forget what year it was exactly, but we left Atlanta. We had an expedition in the Ford Taurus. So we was all in the expedition, and we put the Ford Taurus on a trailer, and we drove from Atlanta to LA. And when we got here, we stayed with some family for a couple of nights. But after a couple of weeks, we quickly realized that LA is just a big city, man. It's tough, especially with a whole family. And you don't have a job, and so me and my family was homeless for a while out here, sleeping in the truck. So after that, my family went back to Atlanta. I stayed out here a little bit to kind of grind and get it in. And then after a couple of years, I came back out here, and I wasn't able to leave. I came out here at the end of 2016, And I said I was gonna come out here for pilot season. And I was like, I'm gonna go out there for 30 days. I called my friend, can I sleep on your couch? She was like, yeah, of course, just walk my dog every now and then. So I was like, okay, cool. I went there, I auditioned every day. And by the end of my trip, I was supposed to go back to Atlanta. Maybe like day 27, I got a call that I booked a new audition story, so I couldn't leave. And then after that, I just kept booking.
Young King, I seen you recently post that you bought a home.
Yeah, man.
That you were homeless.
Yeah.
Please describe the period of time that you were taking auditions and you were living your life in Los Angeles and you were homeless.
Whew. Yeah, that just hit me, man. Cause you're right. You know, you have to stop and really look at the blessings. I was homeless out here, and I was able to buy a house. That's just, you know, I watched my family sleep in the truck. You know, we was all like bunched up. My little sister got her legs on me, so I remember that vividly. I remember my family sacrificing certain money to get me to where I needed to go for an audition when I wasn't booking anything. So I'm now even sitting right here in this moment with you. I'm just, it's hitting me hard how just crazy it is. It's a blessing, honestly. Shit.
Well, there's so many people that are fans of you and idolize what you do. And they say into the atmosphere, like Biggie said, either you sling crack rock or you got a wicked jump
Yep.
shot. I feel
Yep.
like sports or entertainment is our way out.
Mm.
Can you please, because they're going to endure the turbulence that you did before
Right.
they success.
Right.
What got you through it?
I think what got me through it is remembering why I started. Remember why I fell in love with it. If you don't love something, then you may quit. You may give up on it because you don't really love it. You don't have a passion for it. But if you really have a passion for something, what's going to keep you going is remembering why you started, and having a goal too, setting goals. You know, you can set small goals and set big goals, but set goals throughout the week that can help you get to where you're going. Because every time you do something, accomplish something that feels good to your body, it makes you want to keep going. So that's one thing that got me through.
Well, you crazy about your fashion.
Yeah,
And
bro.
I follow you on social media. I'm like, I got to get in the gym.
Yo, yo.
You don't realize you have to look the part to get the part.
Yeah.
Learn the importance of looking your best in the end.
Yeah. I think that's why I love the name of the show, Renaissance Man. I think you have to look, you have to dress for the part. You know, you have to show up as who you are. You know what you are representing. I feel like for myself, the health side of it is something that I just became conscious about. I've always known about it because my mom would always be on me like, you need to eat better, you need to eat better. But when I really started seeing the changes in my body, like I went on a raw food diet for like 2 months. I was just eating vegetables, fruit, smoothies, nothing else. And
That's
I
dope.
felt the difference in my body. So, you know, I think with that just along with the gym and just kind of the lifestyle kept going.
So, can you acknowledge for people that are fans of you why it's important to pay attention to what you're putting into your body?
Ooh.
What you just said can't go over people's head. See, I'm
Yeah, bro.
a professional athlete, so I understand what you're talking.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
You talk to people what that actually means.
I think when you understand, okay, I can break it down like this. So a lot of people know what the itis is, right? So
Mhm.
when you eat a meal and you get that itis and you want to go sleep time, you know that's heaviness. You know what I'm saying? That's thing that your body is working to break down. Some of those things may not be made for your body. I think the best way to describe it is realizing that your body is a temple, and there are actually things that are supposed to be in your body. It's not that hard. It's hard to break the mindset of wanting to eat every time because we're just recreational eaters. We just love to eat. But when you really discipline the mind to eat the proper things for your body, it can turn diseases around. It can help with illnesses. It can help with your systems. I seen my grandma get healed from breast cancer just from her changing her diet. You feel me? So it's just like when you realize the power that it has with your body, then I think you start taking it serious.
So I've played spades with my family,
Oh yeah.
many of your projects with my entire family. My mother, rest in peace. My grandmother, I just lost her. My entire family. When
Mhm.
Detroit came out,
Yeah.
that was a big thing for us. We
Yeah,
went
that's crazy.
to the theater.
Wow.
Can you bring me onto the set of what it was like to shoot a movie like that, and some of the things you remember about the influence of that movie?
Yeah. First of all, what it was like to shoot a film like that, it was great because I was around a lot of my my young black peers, you know, and that we were all getting it at the time, and that felt really good. Also, it was a piece about someone's real life story that I never take for granted when I'm doing a project like that, because you're telling someone's story that actually lived. It's different than creating a character for yourself. Um, I think the biggest impact for me was actually meeting the man that I played, Larry Reed,
Mm,
and having
legend.
having a connection with him. And we didn't even meet each other until after I got done filming the movie. And I was sad about that. But when I met him, he opened his door to, I went up in his apartment, he opened his door. Before we even said anything, he just looked at me. We both just started laughing. We just like, we connected on that
Oh,
already. Like, I know this was meant to happen. So being able to tell his story, a black man who went through that, who suffered through that, seen his best friend get beaten, seen his best friend die, um, had to endure that struggle to be able to have his story told and to be able to connect with him and have a relationship with him. That was the biggest impact for me.
and then you showed your versatility, because you don't stop, dog. You don't stop. You showed your versatility. And then I had the remote control in my hand. BET came out, knew
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
You ain't play a background singer. You play.
yeah. Yeah, the OG.
Remember when New Edition came out and going to
Oh,
the house that I was dating and Ralph was on the wall.
yo,
So
yo. That's crazy. Yeah, yo, they are superstars, bro. Like they are superstars. I didn't really fully know. I knew going in because full circle moment when I was 13, my pops, he's a musician, professional guitar player. He toured with New Edition and Bobby Brown around the world before
really?
I even got the part. Yeah, before I even got the part.
Oh,
So I knew how big they were, but when it came down to it, I'm just like, yo, like the work ethic was crazy. The work ethic was crazy. That's what I really appreciate about him.
yeah, those are some talented brothers. You also
Yeah,
recently starred as Jake Winters in
yeah.
the Black Messiah. And for
Mhm,
me, that story is really personal,
mhm.
because we had a racial reckoning in our country after George Floyd was murdered. And the killing of Breonna Taylor was eerily similar
Yep,
to
yep,
what took place in this movie to Fred Hampton. It was
yep.
eerily similar. I know about that story.
Mhm.
So, what do you want people to walk away with from watching this film?
Um, it's a lot, but I can say the relativity that you just mentioned is very sickening, and that's one thing that we did talk about as a cast and in certain interviews. Um, Breonna Taylor got killed dang near the same way that Chairman Fred Hampton died. Um, we didn't see any change. You know, playing Jake Winters was a it was playing Jake Winters was a chance for me to I feel like embody what the world feels, and I hate to say it that way, but you know, us as Black people, we see this so much. You feel me? To where it's become almost normal, and that's a problem. We are almost numb to it. We can see a Black man get shot. We can see a Black man, a young Black teenager get shot on video. We can watch it, and then we can keep scrolling. So I feel like the world needs a Fred Hampton, but a lot of the world feels like Jake Winters only because you have the same things going on. And I think it's important to know that Jake Winters wasn't acting as a Black Panther when he did that. He was acting as a Black teenager that has seen gruesome things. He saw his best friend get murdered by the police. He saw his headquarters get blown up. The headquarters where they plot and strategize on wholesome things, on feeding the community, on raising up the kids, the babies, protecting the community. So when you have all that and you get closed in, I can see how Jake reacted like that. So I think I just want people to take from the movie one that you're not too young to make a change. Fred Hampton was 21 years old. Jake Winters was 19 years old. Number two, there's power in numbers. There's power. There's people. There's power in ideas. One voice. amongst many people. And we don't have to continue to be oppressed. I think it's so beautiful that Black people and people of color in general are just shining right now,
Yes,
and wearing their crowns and taking our moment and saying that you can't stop us. You can't. They just can't.
can't stop us. We taking this field position. And I'm
Yeah.
glad that you mentioned that the chairman was 21 years of age.
Mm-hmm.
At the beginning of this episode, I called you a young veteran because you are, not only because of the work that you put in, but the
Mm-hmm.
things that you post, the things that
Right.
you say. Why is it important for you to be a leader?
Mm. Great question. Um, I think it's important because I have a responsibility. I've always known since I was younger that I was a leader, but I think now it's even more important because you have eyes watching you, and me and my homie Daryl Britt Gibson, who plays Bobby Rush in the film, we were talking the other day. Um, and it's like our social medias, our pages, they're not our own anymore. You feel what I'm saying? What we present to the world, it's not our own anymore. So we have to realize that we have a responsibility with that. I just take it very serious. I feel like if I walked out of my house every day and I saw however many followers I have on Instagram, if I saw all those people outside, what am I saying to them every day? Am I just posting a picture? Am I just looking good for them? If they're here, I want to give them something to be able to internalize and be able to say, wow, I remember that, or that can help me out. So I think that's kind of just, I think it's just important because I'm in the spotlight, and I feel like um, I influence a lot of people, so I just take it serious.
Well, that level of discipline to go with your talent, the sky's the limit, my brother.
Appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you joining me. And before I let you get out of here, I like to do a rapid fire segment
Let's go. Let's go.
in 60 seconds.
All right. All right.
Yes, indeed. And not only am I going to do the podcast with you, I'm going to write a column on you. I don't know how many times people have written columns on you, begin,
Yo,
middle, and the end, but
come on,
your
bro.
story needs to be told. And I'm going to do that from this pod. So I appreciate you.
Thank you. Bro. Appreciate
So
you,
here
bro.
we go. I noticed that you have a Frenchie.
Yeah.
What's an essential item that every dog owner should have?
A leash.
Favorite place to go off-roading in
Uh,
your
this place, I forget the name of it, but it's not too far from Santa Clarita. It's maybe like 20 minutes from over here.
you really showed me that I'm not working my Jeep. I gotta step
Yo, oh, you got it. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta take it off
I
the
gotta step
road, bro.
up.
Yeah.
And as I mentioned, you just bought a new home. And congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
What is the most expensive thing that you have put inside of it so far?
Oh, the most expensive thing I put inside of my home so far will probably be studio equipment. I'm building a studio in this room over here, so I've been buying a lot of. We're doing demolition, breaking the walls down, rebuilding. So that's probably the most.
That's what I'm talking about. Young intellect on your
Yeah.
Tyler Perry. And by the way, you remind me of a lot of a guy that I have in my phone that's a friend of mine, Jamie Foxx. You remind
Oh man, come on, bro,
me, dog.
big bro, that's legend.
You remind me of Jamie, dog.
Yo, that's legend.
For sure.
Dude, I appreciate that.
What is the most important thing that an actor should invest in?
The most important thing that an actor should invest in is themselves. And then what I mean by that is putting time in, studying, watching film, just study. You should invest in studying.
And last but certainly not least, and again, I'm humbly grateful that you joined the program. I appreciate you taking the time. Who's your favorite actor and why?
My favorite actor, dang man, I'm gonna have to say him. It's got to be Big Bro Will Smith, and I will say why. Only because that's when I first got inspired to act when I watched Fresh Prince. But also I feel like the trajectory of his career, he's went into every genre. He's done a superhero. He did I Am Legend, the one man film. He did a film with the robots. He did Pursuit of Happiness. He's stretched himself, to such a place to where he just became kind of just accessible to all people and relatable to all men, kind of. So I feel like that's kind of the area where I'm trying to go.
And you know what else that he does that you can do if you need to? You can just take your shirt off.
Look.
Congratulate you, young king. You're I love. Thank you very much, Algee Smith, for joining.
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you.
All love.